Alright guys, sorry for the short start, but here we are in Bahrain, and the race kind of just starts, and I had a hard time, it wasn't recording for some reason, so I had to redo it. But we did qualify in P1, and here we start. We're taking one pit stop. We're changing from mediums to mediums, and I will say, my start was horrible. This was such a horrible start, and I know why. It's because with the automatic transmission on this, I don't get any traction in first gear. If I was using a manual transmission, I would have short shifted up to second gear quick to get more traction, but I'm not using manual gears yet. So as you can see, we're down in P12, and like I said before, just because I made pole position in the qualifying does not mean that was going to hold up during the race. And sure enough, my start was just horrible, and yeah, I don't really have much more to say, guys. Now, an interesting thing about these F2 races is that there's actually two races. We have this race, and then after this we have a sprint race. So that'll be in the next video. So,
but don't overreact. We can salvage this.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, Jeff. But what was I saying? Oh yeah. So I'm thinking that we'll do this race Saturday after the qualifying, and then Sunday we'll do the second sprint race. Now again, guys, I haven't done this in a while with the F1 games, and it felt pretty good. So we got to P13. We tried to sneak that back, and we did. We're at P12, but not the cleanest. We bumped a little bit, but we didn't get a warning, so that's pretty good. So I believe we're scheduled to make a pit stop around the 8th lap. So it's going to be interesting. Beautiful sunny day here in Bahrain, and it's kind of strange that they start off in Bahrain. I thought that the F2 had the same schedule as F1, but I could be mistaken. I don't really follow F2, but I thought it would be fun to start off the F2 season in the game anyway. What I will say is that originally I thought these cars didn't handle much different than the F2 cars, but I am very wrong. They handle a lot differently. They seem, I don't know, not to grip as well as the F1 cars. I don't really know how to explain it, but it seems like when you accelerate, it's really easy to spin out. And I had the same... Ooh, that was close. That was close. I should have probably just went a little more on the outside of him instead of almost stopping, because now I have to catch back up to him again. But oh well, again, guys, mistakes will happen, but hopefully the more I do these races, the more I'll learn from my mistakes, and the more, you know, these things won't happen. But the most important thing is I'm having fun, and that was pretty good. I didn't bump into him. I started to go outside. Went kind of for a dive bomb there, but he was hitting his brakes really early for that corner. I don't know why. So here we are, wheel to wheel with Set Camara. I believe that's who that was, and then he just got pushed 13th by Delatraz. So had a nice little fight going there for a little bit anyway, but it seemed like he backed off or something happened. I'm not too sure. Once I get better at these, I'll start like clipping in replay footage and stuff like that. But for right now, I just want to bring you guys through the race with me. Now again, this is like my favorite track, and this corner is by far my worst. And I will say this corner here, these tires, man, they just didn't want to grip around that corner. Actually, we're on soft, so I think we're going from soft to mediums. I think that was the pit strategy. Like I said, guys, all kinds of things went wrong. I had a whole thing in the beginning of this, and I showed you the pit strategy and stuff, but for some reason it didn't record. And all it got was the race, so better than nothing. So our Sector 2 is in purple, which doesn't surprise me because I'm actually pretty good at this track, even though I know I got the lines on. But like I said, just trying to learn this game and instead of course the competition would just be way too much.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums. A new strategy is available on the MFD.
Yeah, so we went from soft to mediums. Which is strange because the softs should be very, very grippy, but they didn't seem to.
Okay, copy that.
Yeah, so that was the changeover pit. He's telling us to pit at lap 8. I should have left it alone. Actually, I think the original strategy was to take the pit stop at lap 6. And I should have done that, because then I would have undercut everybody. But, oh well. So right there, it seems like when I hit that curb, I lose traction. And I have to let off the gas. And another thing, guys, I noticed that with my Thrustmaster T150 Pro, lately, like when I've been playing the Assetto Corsa with the shifting, sometimes it doesn't shift. Like sometimes I'll click it twice to downshift 2 gears, and it only downshifts 1 gear. So I'm not sure what's with that, but again, my sector times are pretty good. My deltas are all in the green. Purple would be better, but. So again, we go for a dive bomb and wheel to wheel. Did we hit? It felt like we hit, but I'm not seeing a warning yet, so maybe we're good. And that's actually our teammate. That's Callum Ilott in front of us right now. He just passed us. I believe we were fighting with him. I didn't even realize it was my teammate, but that's alright, because regardless, we are still in a race, and, you know, we all want to do our best. We all want to finish in the best place we could possibly get, so now I have to catch up to him and hopefully secure P9. We're only in lap 5, so we have a lot of race to go. I will say, guys, that I am racing the full, I think I do 75% races, so yeah, I will accept that. That was my mistake. I braked way too soon, and I just choked up on that a little bit, so definitely my fault. I will take that warning. I have a train of cars behind me. I definitely want to try to shake them. Don't need to give them any DRS or anything. Hey.
We're in 10th position. Callum ahead. Our gap to the car in front is 4.1 seconds. They're on old softs. Delatraz behind. The gap is less than a second. They're on old softs. The distance to the leader is 13.0 seconds. No issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them.
Yeah, so we were doing really well with the tires. But I feel if I would have took a pit stop now, it would have been better.
To go. One stop left in this strategy. Your pit window opens in 2 laps time.
Yeah, see. So if I would have took a pit stop now on lap 6, I would have undercut everybody, and they would have all went to the pit, and I would have passed them. I would have zoomed ahead and gained places, but I went with the change that they recommended, and I probably shouldn't have. I feel like unless you're doing really good, where when you pass everybody in the pit stop, man, if you can get your laps fast, if you can get probably like a fastest lap, then you could probably do it and still get out okay. But yeah, the way I was driving and this time around, it just wasn't the best idea. Another thing I want to say, guys, is that, you know, EA has bought Codemasters. Codemasters, they're the ones who brings us F1. They're the ones that make this game. And, like, I honestly, like, graphics-wise, man, I'm not sure if I know what EA can bring to the table, because this game is just gorgeous. I think it looks fantastic. Grid is a Codemasters game. That looks fantastic. So I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see. But thankfully, EA said that they are not going to really mess with Codemasters too much. They're going to pretty much let Codemasters run with it, but just kind of like be their bank account, I guess. So be interesting to see what happens. Anyway, back to our race here. Not too much going on, but again, guys, I like to leave the whole race in so you guys can see what's going on. We're on lap 7. If I remember correctly, pretty much everybody takes their pit stop on lap 7. So it would have definitely been to our benefit. To take a pit stop at lap 6. So Nick DeVries is out of the session. I'm not sure what happened there. Like I say, I need to get better with figuring out how to do the replays and stuff like that and showing you guys. But I will figure that out, definitely. The crazy thing is that my deltas are really good.
About tire condition for now. Everything's looking good.
Yeah, see, still my tire conditions are looking good. Yeah, everybody right now is diving into the pits.
Callum is coming in for his stop.
So
Pit window open. Let's box this lap.
we're back at P1. For the time being, anyway.
The pit box is currently full. Stay out on track. Stay out on track.
He told me to pit this lap, and then when I do, he says the pit box is full. Obviously, the pit comes at the end of the lap. You know, and Jesus, he's not going to be out of the pit stop, you know, by the time I get there. The pit crew must be pretty slow. That's all I gotta say. So,
Understood. Stopping this lap.
in reality, this should have been the lap that I really pushed to try to get a fast lap time in, and it would have helped me, but instead, I hit wrong buttons, and I changed camera views. But yeah, there's nobody out in front of us. Like I said, if I would have pushed to really do a good lap time on this one, it would have helped me so much, but instead, I think I did one of my worst laps in the whole race. at this time. So what a bonehead mistake that was. All right, so it's my turn. Let's get into the pits here. Hope and pray that we have a fast pit time.
Go, go, go.
5.9 second ain't too bad, but as you can see right there, they're all past me. So literally, guys, I really feel that if I would have pushed my hardest, and did like a hell of a last lap before the pit lane, then I would have been at least a little better. And I'm coming out right at P10, right where I was before everybody took their pit stop. So very unfortunate indeed, but these things do happen. I mean, I blame Jeff. He changed the pit stop, you know, he changed the plans. I gotta stop listening to that guy. And another thing, honestly, like, the car in this race never felt great to me. I don't know how to explain it. It's just, it felt like out of every corner,
the safety car is out.
I was going to lose control, and
we need to keep it positive to avoid a penalty.
Now we have a safety car.
Maintain positive delta.
So I don't know what happened, but the safety car is out.
Drop your speed. Our delta is too low, and we risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately.
Yeah, I got you, Jeff. Okay, we're finally coming to the lap that the safety car is on. We'll be able to race pretty soon, and sometimes the safety car can be a blessing in disguise because now we're caught up to the pack, and now we can possibly make a move, you know? So the safety car is sometimes a good thing. Unfortunately, we're not as close to them as we want to be, but I make up a lot of time on the corners because, again, I brake a lot later than the AI does. And that little chicane right there, man, that's another one that I lose grip on. I don't know. It's the strangest thing. Alright, so at least now we're back in a race. We got cars in front of us. So that makes things a little more exciting, to say the least. Another corner that gives me troubles on the accelerating out of it. And the thing is, you know, you want to be competitive, but when you have trouble on some of these corners, you know, you get kind of gun shy going around them. So that's a corner that you can dive bomb, but it's kind of dangerous because I don't want to smash in anyway. Like, I'm really trying to race clean. It's something that I really want to work on. So we did a little bit of a dive bomb there. And now we got our teammate ahead of us again. Calum Ilott. So, I mean, technically, guys, you know, we're not doing bad. I'm in the top 10. So, I'm into points. And the funny thing is that when I was doing this race, I don't even believe I realized that was our teammate at the time. I was just so focused on the race, I wasn't even paying attention. It wasn't until afterwards that I realized that we were fighting with our teammate here. But that's pretty cool. So I feel like we really did well over that corner for the first time, actually. Did really well going around that. If I could have done that the whole time. So yeah, we definitely took the shot and dive bombed our teammate there. But he's right there. He's fine. I think this is actually when I realized that that's our teammate that we're fighting with. But you know, it's okay. You know, aside from the dive bomb, I think we handled it pretty well. I don't think he'll be too upset with us. So we have, well, it'll be 2 laps to go.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
So we are catching up to P7 and P6. The question is, will we be able to catch them and overtake? I will say I am not driving my best, but I guess we didn't do too bad. I had to get better at my starts, definitely. Because if I would have had a good start, you know, it would have been a lot more boring of a race because I would have been in P1 the whole 16 laps. And then if that would have happened, I think we would have probably just focused on what Kale was doing. I'm going to call him Kale because seems like he'd be okay with that, I guess. Now, another thing I want to point out is that, man, it is so different driving this game and then going back into ACC. It really is. It's something that it's just different. It kind of messes you up. So we went for the dive bomb on Matsushita, but he's right there. He's not gonna let us take it that easily. So now we're up in P7. No. That was Giotto? Giotto? I don't know. Matsushita, he's in 6. And that dude is just flying along. And right there getting that corner, giving me issues. Definitely really slow in that corner. Not good. And oddly enough, this corner started feeling a little better. A lot better, actually, so at least I started doing better around that one anyway. So we're doing pretty good. Like, you can see the other cars behind me, they're getting smaller in my rear view. That's always a good thing. Unfortunately, I haven't had the opportunity to engage in any DRS, but
this is your final lap of the race.
Final lap and we were in P7. That's not too bad, guys. Like I said, This is my first race in the F2 season. The fact that I came in pole position in qualifying, I mean, I can do fast times around this track, and you'll see that in the second race, in the sprint race. But I definitely feel like the AI for the racing is fine. I feel like the AI for qualifying is not. But like I said, I'm gonna have to check out the next race and see how that goes, how the qualifying goes. I believe it's a track that I've never raced on. So obviously before I do it, I'm going to practice on it a little bit just to get a taste of it. And yeah, if I take pole position in the qualifying on that race, then there's definitely something amiss, and then I'll have to adjust the AI. Although it doesn't really matter if I go into a race and not know how to get a good start. So we're on the last lap, and Matsushita is like way ahead of me. The whole pack is way ahead of me. There's no way I'm going to catch them. But the good news is the guys behind me are way behind me, so it is all good. Jordan King, he won the race, MP Motorsports.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
And there we go, guys. P7. P7 in the Bahrain Grand Prix.
Well then, that concludes another excellent race.
So hey guys, that was the first race. We qualified in P1 and we ended up taking P7. And you know what? I'm actually okay with that. We're in the points, so that's good. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned for part 2 where we do the sprint race. And let me tell you something, that was a crazy race, guys. So be sure to hit subscribe, be sure to smash the like button, and we'll see you tomorrow for the second race, guys.